Hello and thank you for joining me on Delicious by Debbie. I am getting ready to make some gingerbread scones. So first of all, I'm going to use my little mini food processor here, and I'm going to put half of the flour. It calls for 2.5 cups. I'm going to put 1 cup into here. It's just an easier way to mix the cold butter with the flour. You can use just a pastry blender, and that's what I a lot of times do, but today I'm going to put the flour in here. So I'm going to put that, I have cut the butter up in little chunks. I'm going to put it here in the food processor. I need another 1.5 cups of flour, 2.5 cups total. So I've got 1 cup in there. I'm going to put another cup in. I need a tablespoon of baking powder. And 1/2 cup of brown sugar. And there's 1/2 cup. I need a teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon of ginger, three-fourths of a teaspoon of cinnamon, fourth of a teaspoon of salt, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground cloves. I have 2 large eggs in this cup, and I'm going to kind of whisk them up a little bit. And I want 1/2 cup of buttermilk. Okay, 1/2 cup of buttermilk and 1/4 cup of molasses, and I'm just going to go ahead and pour it in here because that'll make 3/4 of a cup. And mix the egg with that. Going to make a well in here. Pour this in. Okay, I'm going to put some flour out here on the board, on the counter. And I'm going to put this out on it. And I'm just going to knead that a little bit. And I'm just going to flatten that out. Okay, I have my bench scraper, and I'm going to use it to cut. First of all, I'm going to cut it in half. I have to keep flouring it because this is a stickier dough. Need to go in the freezer for about 30 minutes to set up. So I'm going to put these in the freezer, and then I'll show you when I'm ready to put them in the oven. Okay, these are out of the freezer now. It's been 30 minutes. The oven is set at 400, and I want to take just a little bit of buttermilk and just brush the tops of these before I put them in the oven. All right, that's ready for the oven. Bake them. I'm going to bake them at 400 for about 20 minutes, and I'll show you when they're done. Okay, the gingerbread scones are done, and I'm getting ready to make a glaze to go on them. And for the glaze, I have 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and I'm going to put 1/4 of a teaspoon of ginger, and 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and just a pinch of cloves. So I don't want very much cloves at all, but I want a little. So just a pinch between my fingers of cloves. Okay. And then I'm going to mix that up. Use a little bit of my buttermilk, and I'm going to do it a teaspoon at a time so I know how much I need. So we'll start with 1 teaspoon. Better do 2. That wasn't very much. Okay, 2 teaspoons of buttermilk, and we'll mix that up. This will be 3 teaspoons. Let's go with 4. 4 teaspoons so far of buttermilk, or you could use half and half or regular milk. I'm just going to spoon some of this on them. I have a piece of saran wrap underneath to catch the drips. Okay, I'm ready to try them. That is delicious. Goes great with a cup of coffee too. Thank you for watching. I hope you'll try them sometime.